Hey guys, Richard here, eBike Reviews and Adventures. So I'm out on a little adventure, just out checking out this new e-bike. This is the Dayhan K1. Now, I assembled it yesterday, charged the battery up overnight, took it for a short little ride just in front of my house, just to kind of check things out a little bit. So you should be seeing that video by now. But it's a beautiful day today. It's Thanksgiving Day and kind of peaceful, kind of quiet. So I thought, let's just get out here and do a little riding and enjoy this bike some more. So that's what I'm doing. We're going to have a family get together on Saturday because work schedules and things just didn't line up for us to do anything today. So it's just going to be a peaceful, quiet day for Mrs. Adventure and I. Oh, I say it's peaceful and quiet, but there's probably going to be some either apple pie or pumpkin pie involved a little bit later, but that's probably going to be about it. So anyway, yeah, so let's talk about this bike just a little bit. I don't want to share too much with you because I need to get familiar with the bike, and then I'm going to give you the full review, tell you everything that I like, things I dislike, the routine if you've been on this channel for a while. But I can share a couple of things with you because you can just go out there right now on the website and check it out and read some specs. And so it is a smaller bike, 20-inch tire by 1 3/4, so pretty small tires, a lot smaller than what I'm used to. It's a folding bike. It's very lightweight, and lightweight usually equals small battery, and that is the case with this bike. It's what is it, like 8.9 amp hours, I think. So pretty small for some people's standards who like to get out and do a lot of riding. But for some people, it's it's perfect size. It's going to be a perfect size for you because you just want something to get out and run around in your neighborhood a little bit, and maybe you need something lightweight to get in and out of your car, or maybe you live in an apartment building in the city or something, and you need something lightweight that you can take up and down the stairs. This would be the bike for you. So, yeah. This bike does have a torque sensor, which is really nice to have. Haven't had too many torque sensor bikes on the channel, but yeah, I like this one for having a torque sensor. It's a small motor, and that's going to be a big turnoff for some of you folks. Okay, some of you are going to say, not interested. It's 250 watt. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was like 40, let's see, I think it was 45 Newton meters of torque. So really low torque. But, before you get all squirmy and click away, keep in mind, I weigh 245 pounds, so I'm a bigger guy. And this 250 watt motor is perfectly fine on flat roads. Yeah, it's doing just fine. Now we've been cruising around here, according to this display, about 13 miles an hour. I think it's off by 2 to 3 miles an hour. I will tell you that. I already kind of did a quick check with it earlier using a GPS app, and things weren't lining up too well. So something is off there. But yeah, anyway, back to the motor. 250 watts is, doing me just fine. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving to you. So yeah, so 250 watts with the torque sensor. Now, because it's got a torque sensor, and you're going to be riding this kind of like a regular bike. For those of you that don't know, torque sensor is you've got to put effort into the bike. You know, you got to put effort into pedaling, but then the motor gives back. As you put forth effort, the motor gives you some back. So because you're doing that, and you're not just throttling around like a regular e-bike, hello, then that small 8.9 amp hour battery will actually get you a lot further than you think. So, and considering it's a lightweight bike, skinnier tires, the 8.9 amp hour battery again, you know, it's gonna do you pretty good. It's gonna allow you to get places. So at first glance, it's like, oh no, that is crazy. Small motor, and small battery, and yeah, but not everybody needs a huge battery. You know? Not everybody needs a large motor because they're not going up and down hills. I don't know how this would do on hills. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have hills to test it on, so it's all flat here. Ooh. But for a bike that you just want to peacefully and leisurely scoot around in the neighborhood or in the city or something, yeah, it's working out pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and bump up the pedal assist. What am I in? I'm in pedal assist 1. Let's bump it up to pedal assist 2. Let's see what happens. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. Nope. It's giving me what it's giving me already. I'm up on pedal assist 5. Nothing changed. Well, there was a car coming up behind me. They must have stopped somewhere. Yeah, so yeah, pedal assist 1 through 5 doesn't seem to be doing anything. You know, typically you change the pedal assist and you'd get a little oomph and go, but you know, that's also on a cadence sensor bike. You don't notice it so much on a torque sensor bike because it's all about, you know, how much effort you put into it. So if I'm going to put some more effort into it, you know, we can get going. The gear selector over here is on the right is interesting. It's a twisty throttle. I keep wanting to grab it and use it as a throttle, but this bike doesn't have a throttle, so no throttle at all. So I don't know if it's listed on the website as a class 1, but in most places that would be considered a class 1 when you don't have a throttle. But to change the gear, you just twist the little handle. We're down in 5, down in 4. So these lower gears are, as you can see now, I'm pedaling pretty fast, and yeah, this speedometer is not even responding now. I've noticed that it likes to get stuck on 10.5, it seems, and not really change. Now it's saying 9, but we're not going 9. So anyway, these the crankset that they have on this is kind of geared low or high. No, I guess it could be considered geared low. I mean, we're in 4th gear now, and which would be good for going up a hill if we had to get up a hill or something. But then I can bump it on up 5, 6, and there's 7. Now we got good resistance for cruising along a little faster. Good. Yeah, interesting. Hey, I haven't shown you yet, so we should stop. So stick around for that. I'm going to show you this bike up close a little bit. Yeah. Find a place to stop that's not right here. I know the place. right down this sidewalk here. Oof. Oh boy. I need to tighten up that seat post clamp. I hit a little bit of a bump and oh my goodness, the seat dropped. So first and foremost, let's adjust the seat back up here where it needs to be. And let's tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Maybe that's enough. All right, let's look at this little guy. Yeah, I mean, we're talking 43 pounds right here. Easy to lift up and carry, one-handed if you need to. Easy to fold up. I'll demonstrate that in another video. So you can lower the handlebar stem right here and drop it. You can lower the seat post down some and make it pretty small, compact. So this is truly would be easy to get in and out of a car. You know, some e-bike companies, they show you pictures or they show you a video of some dude, you know, folding up a bike and sticking in the back of the car, and he makes it look easy. But, you know, the bike weighs 70 pounds, you know, or more. But this is only 43 pounds, so most people will be able to handle this just fine. So, yeah. Interesting, though. Well, another thing that's interesting I'll point out to you is the seat, or the seat post. That's where the battery is. So the battery is integrated with the seat post, and that's why it's so thick. Yeah, kind of interesting. I need to adjust the seat. I've actually adjusted the seat a couple of times, but I need to do it again, and I need to tighten it down some more because it's kind of leaning backwards a little bit. It keeps adjusting, so I need to tighten it up a little bit more. Yeah, so don't want to give away too much. Gotta wait for the full review. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the bike. Show you the color, white with some blue graphics on there. But yeah, this is stupid light, stupid easy to handle. Just, and I say stupid affectionately. I say it in good spirits. Get up here so you can see what I'm doing. How about that? Can you see? Yeah. Let's see here. I think we're going to stay in the neighborhood. Because I can't go too fast. Well, let's do it. Let's. Uh-oh, our dog got loose. Yep, she got him. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out here anyway. Since we don't have a throttle, you know, you can't open it up too fast, but let me show you how fast I can go. I don't know if you can see here or not. It looks like it's snowing. It's little dandelion. The little dandelion flowers that dry up and float around, and yeah, they're all in the air right here. And yeah. So anyway, yeah. So the speedometer says I'm almost at 18. Really don't think we're anywhere close to that, but yeah. Let's just see. Might be a setting in there or something. Maybe the wheel size isn't set correctly. I don't know. We'll be figuring it out though. Alright. Let's go ahead and get on up here to speed a little bit faster. Yeah. GPS is saying we're doing about 13 and a half. And the speedometer is saying we're doing 19 and a half. So it's off by a lot. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. You know, you get an e-bike, you hope that everything is kind of set and ready to go, and then you gotta go and figure things out and make adjustments. And they even tell you in the manual that before you ride it, take it to a professional and have a professional check it out. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, some people will do that. Some people will have the bike shipped to a bike shop and let them assemble it so it's assembled correctly, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But most people are going to say, send me the bike, I'll assemble it, and I want to be able to just jump on it and ride. Jump on it and go. And this bike didn't need much assembly. What did I have to do? I had to take off the packaging, and I had to screw the pedals on. And honestly, there was enough room in the box that the pedals could have been left, installed at the factory, because there's plenty of room in the box for that. So they could have shipped this thing 100% ready to go. But yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't 100% ready to go. That'd be good for marketing, though. Being able to tell your customers, hey, no assembly required. And that's great, because then people would buy it and then think, hey, I'm just going to charge up the battery and jump on it and go. And especially for folks that don't have a lot of knowledge for working on an e-bike. But, yeah. Anyway, so the whole point of this was there was labels and stuff on the box and saying, hey, charge up the battery for 12 hours before you ride it the first time. And then in some additional information that said, hey, make sure you take it to a professional to have everything checked, make sure everything was tightened down. And it's always good to do, no matter where you buy your bike. It's always good to check, make sure things are tightened down. And I think as a bike owner, I need to adjust my seat again, it fell down. I think as a bike owner, that's something that you should kind of know how to do. Just, basics, just the basics. You shouldn't have to take it to a bike shop after purchase to have somebody else double check every nut, bolt, and screw. So that's just my opinion. And honestly, hey, what are you doing looking down there again? And honestly, most bike shops, they're not going to work on it. Most bike shops only work on the 2 or 3 brands that they sell. And with estimated over 300 brand of e-bikes now, you buy something online, there's a good chance you'll have a hard time finding someone to work on it. Unless you live near an REI sports store, We have a brand new one that just opened up a couple of weeks ago. And my buddy Joe and I went down there just to kind of check it out, because they have a section for e-bikes. And to our surprise, they have a maintenance shop. It's right there in the store. They have a couple technicians back there, and they will work on your bike, and they will work on any brand of e-bike. So if you live near an REI, you may want to check your local store and see if that is in fact the case for your store too, because that is something that's needed in the community. And I think that's going to bring a lot of business to REI, because like I said, there's a lot of local bike shops that they only work on what they sell. And for the rest of us, we're just kind of stuck if you don't know how to maintain a bike. All right, so I'm digging this torque sensor just like I was another brand bike that I had recently. I really enjoyed it because it was allowing me to get some exercise and just a completely different riding experience than riding something that has a cadence sensor. So I like that. I do miss not having a throttle to be able to, if you want to rest for a moment and just be able to throttle up and go. Or maybe you need to speed up kind of quickly and, I like using my throttle to get across intersections and things like that, because I can just hit the throttle and go and get across quickly. But, with this one you're going to have to, being a class 1, you have to pedal across. I think the top speed they were advertising was 20. Pretty sure it's 20. Don't hold me to it yet. Still getting familiar with this bike. I don't see myself ever pedaling up to 20 on this bike, because you know this is a comfortable speed right here. Of course, the speedometer says 14.6. It's probably more like 12.6 or something. 12. So that's a nice, comfortable, leisurely ride. I see this bike being a pretty good bike for maybe seniors, folks who don't want to drive fast, who just want to have something to help them get around and still want the exercise. So I think it'd be a good bike for that, because it's easy to transport since it folds and it's lighter weight. So, but not if not if you have mobility issues and you're not able to pedal because, again, you don't have a throttle. Yeah. Well, guys, I tell you what, I'm going to wrap this video up because we're on our way back. So be looking for the full review. I'll get a full review out here in maybe a week or so after I get a chance to ride this bike a little bit more and get more familiar with it, and then I'll bring you all my thoughts, the good, the bad, anything that I find that I think could be improved upon. I like sharing all the details with you. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and be looking for that video, and look at some of my other great content that I put out there. And if you have any questions, drop them down below. And until that video, or until the next video, you guys ride safe.